Hi friends, welcome to Tech and Tourism channel. And today we are going to see how we are going to use classification app in MATLAB, especially for machine learning. When I was searching for so many things in MATLAB, how to use this classification app, why that comes, and I had a lot of queries. And after learning, I want to share the same to you, and you are going to enjoy the same today. Let's open and do the classification app. Let's open the MATLAB. I'm going to use the MATLAB toolbox. So when you open MATLAB, you get like this. And what I want to say is, for all machine learning, we need the datas, right? So for datas, you can get it from Google or you can get from MATLAB itself. And if you have just type in the Google MATLAB data set, you'll get a lot of data sets. First, what do you want in the machine learning is the data set, because we cannot create data set now as a beginner. Now you can get data set from the MATLAB itself. For example, I'm going to use Fisher Iris data set, which is already inbuilt in the MATLAB. So you can load that and then start using the MATLAB. First thing in machine learning using classification app is to load the data. And second thing, you have to get the data and train the data, select the classifier and analyze the classifier and export it. 5 steps. First, you have to load the data and select the classifier, train the data and check the classifier performance. Fourth is exporting. So first we have to load the data. So here I already it is inbuilt in MATLAB. So I'm going to use load Fisher Iris. So Fisher Iris is the data which is already inbuilt, where the Fisher Iris says about the sepal length. You know the leaf, right? Leaf of a plant. The Fisher Iris has already loaded the data of the leaf sepal length, how much, petal length, how much, and what is the width, and all those things are being loaded. If that's case, this is a sepal length, this is a petal length, that is belong to one species. If this is a sepal length and sepal width and petal length and petal width, this is the type of species this belongs to. Like that, he has given some data. And we are going to use that data for our machine learning purpose. So this is about there. So now once you load this, you can see in the Fisher Iris table, you can see in the workspace in the left hand side, can you see? So once you load that Fisher Iris table will come on your workspace on the left side. So when you double click this, you can see what is actually in the table. Now you can see sepal length is 5.1 and sepal width is 3.5, petal length is 1.4 and petal width is 0.2, then the species is Setosa. So like this, he has defined if the sepal, the length width of sepal, length width of petal is this one, what type of species it is. So like this, various species he has come across. Now you can see when the sepal length and sepal width changes, it becomes another species, versicolor. And sepal length and sepal width and petal length and petal width is different, then it's called virginica. And another one, if you see, these are 3 species he has classified: Virginica, versicolor, and Setosa. So what we are going to use, we are going to use this data for our classification. And when we train this data on analysis, whether we are able to get the same answer. So for anything, first you need data. 2 data you need, one for training, one for testing. Right, the same we are going to use it for. We can take some first 5 columns and 5 rows for testing purpose in the last, once we make a model. So for a good model, we need a good data. So this is the data I'm taking, Fisher Iris. First step, you have to load the data. Where I can get data? Already MATLAB has inbuilt data. What are the data set it has? You can browse it in the Google MATLAB data set. It will show you a lot of data set. What data set I'm going to use is Fisher Iris. Okay, so this is the one. So once I load the data set, then it is already there in the workspace. Now I can go for the apps. You can see on the top, there is an icon called apps. Click that apps. Here you can see all the apps, so many apps: classification learner, deep networks, neural networks, so many things, regression learner. We are going to use classification learner for machine learning. So click this classification learner. So I think already it's loaded. I'm just closing all. If you go to classification, go to new session, you can see a new session from workspace, because already our data is in the workspace, we are not keeping in file. If you are keeping in file, then you have to keep as .csv. This is from workspace, this is from file. So I'm going to use from workspace. If you're going to use from file, then you have to save it Excel sheet in .csv format, and then you can import it. So I'm using from workspace. It's already has come. Now once the data is already there, okay. So it is asking, once you make a new session, it will ask this type of pop-up will be coming, that you have to select Fisher table, because you're using Fisher table, so we're using Fisher table. Now once you load that data set, it will show you what is the properties name, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, which you want to remove, you can remove, or you want to add all, I can add all. I'm putting add all. And then next step, what you have to use is what type of validation you're going to use. There are three types of validation: cross validation, holdout validation. We don't want, we have to select a validation. So this cross validation protect against overfitting by partitioning the data set into folds. And this holdout is all generally used for large data sets. For our data set is very small, so we are going to use cross validation. So once you select cross validation, you can put you have to select cross validation and you have to put start session. So first step is what type of data set you are having in the workspace. Second step, what type of validation, and then put start session. So let us see now the original data set, how it is scattered, sepal width versus sepal length. So here in the right hand side, you can see the predictors, x-axis, whatever you want, you can select it. And then in y-axis, whatever you want, you can select it. And then you can see here how to investigate the features. Setosa means this color, this is blue color. All this blue color are setosa. Based on the sepal length and sepal width, it is classified. Everything is falling here. And Versi color is orange. You can see orange is distributed. Virginica is yellow. So this is basically original data set. You are not trained the data set. It's an original data set. And you x and y axis, you can change. So this is the original data set. Now we are going to train this data. So for training, you can see here, so many options are there. If you click this, fine tree, decision trees are there. Fine tree, medium tree, coarse tree, all trees. All trees means all will be getting trained. And optimizable tree, whichever is optimized you want, you can do. So we have to now, first I told, first step is load the data set. Now you have done. Second step, what you have to do now, you have to select which type of training algorithm you are going to use. This is called discriminant analysis. You have your linear, quadratic. You want all, then you can click all. Okay. And then you have naive-based classifiers. And you have support vector machines. You want linear SVM, quadratic. You can try one by one and you can check the performance, which is suitable, you can use. And you can use, see here, the nearest neighbor classifiers, ensemble classifiers. So many things are there. You can use this classifiers. First, now you have to select the classifier according to your problem. So no, I want to do all and see. You can see here, all. If you click all, then all the classifiers will be used and it will take time and it will show you which classifier is good. No, I want something which is very fast and quick. Then you can put all quick to training. When you click this, whichever is very fast, then it will do. Okay. All linear you want, you can do. So first thing is easier. You want all classifiers, put all. All decision tree, discriminate, everything will be done. All quick to means whichever is very fast in training, only that algorithm will be selected and it will be done. I am going to use all quick 2 now. So just click all quick 2. So I selected all quick 2. After selecting all quick 2, come here. There's something called green button called train. Now you have to train the data. So I selected all quick 2. Now I put training. Now it's starting to train the data based on whichever algorithm is very quick. So can you see here the training is starting. Tree algorithm is started. See, it is finished. Training is finished. So you can see here tree is 94% accurate. Fine tree, medium tree is 94%, coarse tree also 94%. KNN model, KNN, fine KNN 96%, and medium KNN 96.7. So this is the highest one. So I can use this model for our prediction. So whichever model which is having good accuracy, all model accuracy is given. Whichever model you want, you can use it for your algorithm. So I'm going to use this is because the accuracy rate is more. Okay. So when you select this KNN, so you can see this scatter plot. Go to classification learner. Okay. So I selected the KNN, medium KNN is selected. And then you go to, now you have to analyze, first step what we did, we took the data set. Then second, we went to new session, we selected the which type of classification we want. We did all which is going to be quick fast training. Then now you have to analyze the performance of your model. How to analyze the performance of the model? These three are to analyze the performance of the model. Scatter plot, confusion matrix, ROC curve, all three for analyzing the data. So click the scatter plot. So now you can see where it is scattered, sepal width versus sepal length. Okay, so all this into marks, can you see the into marks are incorrect predictions, incorrect model predictions. All these daughters are correct predictions. So 3, 4, 5, 5 are this. You can see this Virginica, no? This Virginica is 2 and not predicted, and this color is orange, where C color is in predicted 2 times. The into mark shows the incorrect. You can see in the right side. Correct is dot, incorrect is into. And based on the color, you can see which is going wrong. So after the scattered plot, you can go to again classification learner and see confusion matrix. This is very important matrix. So what you can understand from this confusion matrix is the diagonal elements should be more values compared to the off diagonal elements. So diagonal elements are should be more. So if you see 2, what's the meaning of this 2? What's the meaning of 3? What's the meaning of 50, 48, 47? Setosa versus Setosa prediction is 50. Versicolor versus versicolor is 48. Virginica is 47 times. It is predicted. Good. So now what is this meaning of 3 and 2 off diagonals? That means when instead of predicting Virginica, true class is Virginica. The predicted is versicolor. 3 times, instead of predicting Virginica based on the sepal length and sepal width and petal length and petal width, it has predicted versicolor 3 times wrongly. And if you, instead of what is 2 correspond to versicolor, the 2 corresponds to Virginica. So instead of predicting versicolor, that is true, 2 times it has predicted Virginica wrongly. This is what confusion matrix gives. So what is that? You can go to the right side, and if you click this true, so see here, 6% wrong. 4% wrong prediction. But here, right prediction is 100%, 96, 94. This is very important, diagonal. Diagonal should be more percentage compared to off diagonal element. That means your prediction, the selection of model is good. So this is the false rate, false negative rates, and this is the true positive rates. Even the predicted values you can see on the right side. PPV, if you click, it will show you the PPV value, that is positive predicted value is good. False predicted is only 5.9% and 4.1%. So this is all we can see from the confusion matrix. So you should understand that confusion matrix is one thing we can analyzing whether the selected model is good or not. So first we have selected data set, second we selected the classifier, then we trained it. Now the trained model is how good it is, what we are seeing from the scattered plot and confusion matrix. So in confusion matrix, the diagonal element should have more percentage compared to the off diagonal. If you want to still study what is confusion matrix, you can see here, right side, you can click what is confusion matrix. It will give you the documentation. What is the meaning of this confusion matrix? You can see here. Okay. So next, one more analysis you have to do. Go to classification learner. After scatter plot, confusion matrix, you can see ROC curve. Right? This you have to click. Wow, it's a good curve. You know why it is called good curve? Because all this should be under the region. AUC should be 1. Then it is good. Setosa versus Virginica, right side you see Setosa versus Virginica, AUC is 1. Setosa versus versicolor, if you click, I'll change the versicolor versus Virginica. See, this AUC has become 0.11. Virginica versus Virginica, again this 0.9. Or this 0.9 is close to 1. So what you have to understand from ROC is, so what is ROC curve? Click what is ROC curve. You can see here. This is ROC curve comes, what is the meaning of ROC curve? Yes, here you can see the definitions for ROC curve. That is receiver operating characteristics. ROC means receiver operating characteristics. More details you can study here. What they say is the region should be, AUC should be 1 if your, AUC means area under the curve. It should be 1 if your model is good. If it is model is not good, it will deviate from the value of 1. So that you can select for each one. Virginica how much, for versicolor versus this one how much, and Setosa versus this how much. So this is about ROC curve. So what you have to analyze 3 things: scatter plot, confusion matrix, ROC curve. All 3 are important to know whether your selected model is good or not. So like that you can do it. You can even do for tree, you can even do for KNN, what is the confusion matrix and everything. So but we are selecting the maximum percentage which has come for KNN, medium KNN type of algorithm for classification, which gives 96.7%. So data set we selected. Next we selected the classifiers. Next we clicked trained. After the training the model, we have analyzed the how good is the model using scatter plot, confusion matrix and ROC curve. Then after selecting all these things, you write, now you have to export. Model is ready. Now you have to use the model. For using the model, we have to export. Can you see this icon export on the right side? Click that export and click this tick, export model. Can you see the pop-up icon here? So export the current trained model to your workspace. So when you click export, we are now exporting the current trained model to your workspace. You can click OK. It will go to the workspace. Other ways, there are 2 options are there in export. Generate function file. You can generate as a function file and then you can change whatever you want inside. See, for example, if I put generate function file, it will come like this. Exactly the model. You may ask why I have to use the toolbox. I will use the codings. Yes, of course. Simple. You can create this model and then the coding will come here. This is the coding. Can you see here? Coding is this one. Predictor name, predictors. You can change anything you want in this. Instead of you writing the codes, you can export in codes and you can change wherever you want. Okay. So this is the use of generated codes. So all other things are not required. So now we have selected and we have exported to the workspace. Now we'll go to the workspace. Now what we have selected is uh, export to export model. There are two other compact model and this thing. Usually select currently selected model, the history list to the workspace. Export compact model means currently selected model in the history without its training data. Okay, so we are using export model. That model is trained model 1 or now it is changed. And another time I clicked, so it is trained model 2. Name of the file also you can change. So now after exporting to the workspace, we'll go to the MATLAB command window. Okay. Now what is the final step? The model is ready now. Now to test the model with a new set of data. So remember, when you test the data, the trained data is one thing, testing data is one thing. The trained data already we took from Fisher Iris. The same Fisher Iris, I'm going to select some 5 rows and 5 columns to test my model, whether it's predicting properly. So for that, I'm going to use yfit. Can you see here? Yfit is the command we are going to use. But here you can see train model 2. That is the model we created, the model name train model 2. Dot predict function t. This t is what test data. This t you have to give. How to give t? There are a set of commands. This is the set of commands. Can you see here? Sorry, I've pasted all the things. You have to load Fisher Iris again. And then this commands, I'll copy it in the YouTube text. You can see the text below. I'll load this commands. You can use it. So load Fisher Iris, and then DS. You convert this data structure. That is, you're converting this into data set. Then I'm taking the first 10 columns, first row, 10 columns and all. And then here you can see very important is you have to give these same variables which you use for training data. If you change this, this will not work. For example, I'm not using this. I'm just deleting this too. Just going, go one by one. Load Fisher Iris. I loaded the Fisher Iris. Then I'm converting into data set, right? So see, you get the data set. Whatever the data set. Now you are getting the data sets. Then after loading the data set, I'm just selecting the number of columns. See, only I'm selecting how many 10 rows and 4 columns, all the columns. That means this is all the columns. So 10, starting from 1 up to 10 rows I've selected. All the, that is 1 is to 10 is the rows, and this indicates, colon indicates all the column. Okay, so this is the row and this is the column. So I'm selected this, but you can see the this is heading is different from the training data. Training data we are given sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal. But here it's saying measure 1, measure 2, measure 3. This should show error. Always remember the variable column name, variable name should be same as the trained data. So we are going to use the another one. What I'm going to use is ds.properties name. See here. This is a command ds.properties.var names. Variable name should be sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. So if you remove the semicolon and see the name will be changed. See now the name will be here. Sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. So the name is changed. Next. That's it. Now this is there in the hands. So we are going to use the command to test data. That's y equal to predict function. See y fit. This is the command y fit equal to train model dot predict function. Now ans is the train test data we are given. We have taken few data and we want to test the model that we selected. Our model is trained model 2, right? Train model 2. Okay. So now we'll press enter. Okay. Showing error in the sepal length. This is correct. Okay. Let me put the commands again, all the commands together. Now it's predicting. Okay. Okay, so I've put all the things, load Fisher Iris, ds equal to mat2 and selected the 10 variables and change the variable name. And I selected again from this 4 variable name we give. Again, the 5th one is what type of species, Setosa, or that also you have to declare. Okay, so this symbol, first you load the data, take some 10 rows and all the columns, change the column name as you trained your data. And y is again, what is this commandment? There is a variable name for these 4 variables plus the species, what type of species, 5th column name that you are given. Then this is the command you are using the MATLAB for trained model, predict function. What is the answer? Answer means the final changed data is there in ans. So I'm used this instead of t. Here you have to give the table you formed. Okay, the actual command is train model dot predict function bracket t. T is train model. The training data set is there in my final answer. So I'm giving this. So once I give this, it is showing, see, all my data, what I have given is, it is classified as Setosa, Setosa, Setosa. So it is classification is good. So if you change the training data set with another sepal length and sepal width, you should change the species name. This is how we train and test it. So this is all about, my dear friends. So the 5 things you should remember. First, select the data set. Data set is available in MATLAB and Google. You can export in workspace or in as a file, .csv file. Second thing, select the classifier. Third thing is train it. Once a model is ready, then test it with scattered plot, confusion matrix, and ROC curve. Then export your model to workspace. After exporting the model to workspace, test your model with the test data from the original data set, some 5 rows or 10 rows. Then you will get the answer. Good luck for the machine learning. Take care. Bye-bye for the next video.